You ever notice how one sentence can change everything? That's exactly what happened the night Daniel looked across the table at Mara and said the words that would fracture or maybe finally save their entire family. Dinner was quiet, as it always was. Scraping forks, clinking glasses, polite smiles to mask everything that wasn't to be said. But beneath the surface? Chaos. Mara could feel it, the weight of months of unspoken tension, the rumors, the long silences where laughter used to be. Daniel seemed relaxed, but his eyes kept shifting in her direction like something was being held inside. Something he knew she did not want to hear. So, she said finally, forcing a smile, are we going to talk about it, or just pretend it's fine again? He blinked. Talk about what? And the tone, that pretended confusion broke her. You know exactly what, she whispered. The message from your brother. The one asking if we're still open to plural life. He froze, the fork halfway to his mouth. The room felt colder. Mara, he said slowly, I didn't want to tell you until I knew what I felt. What you felt, she snapped. Or what you missed. The air tightened. He finally let out a sigh and looked down. It's not that simple. You know how we started, we didn't build this on monogamy, but on, she cut in, on what? On promises? On control? For the first time, his voice rose. On faith. On belief that love could stretch further than comfort. The word faith simply boomed like thunder. She pushed her chair back. Don't talk to me about faith when you couldn't even look me in the eye for weeks. He stared at her. For a moment, he looked like he might get up. Instead, he just whispered, you think I haven't been torn apart every day? Mara stared at him, her eyes wide. So what, you want to bring someone else in again? He hesitated. That half-a-second hesitation, it said everything. The words hit harder than any argument ever did. He reached out, she didn't move. The gap between them suddenly felt like miles. Nothing else was said between them that night. But what Mara didn't know, what no one knew, was how Daniel's next move would reach deep and reverberate through the entirety of their family forever. Because he, early the next morning before daylight, made a call. And whoever was on the other side, just whispered, it's time. And that was it. That was the one line that shifted everything, not just for Mara and Daniel, but for everyone who thought their family would never break. Sometimes, it is not the arguments or the betrayals or even the lies that change a family story. Sometimes, it is a sentence said too quietly to be taken back. Follow for part 2, because what Daniel did next, nobody saw coming.